And we are back for another episode of Big Six Bants. It is the Community Shield match reaction. Yes, we are on the cusp of the season finally starting. And what a way to start, of course, with the Community Shield. Listen, Arsenal won, Man City won. However, who was victorious on penalties? It was the Gunners. They showed Man City how to take a penalty. Rodri and I believe KDB, who missed theirs, and obviously Fabio Vieira, who clinched the victory. Either Mikel Arteta to his second Community Shield and taking Arsenal to 17 total Community Shield in their history. Now, man, hope we're good. Obviously, 154 people in the house already. Listen, first thing people need to do is smash the like button. Whether you're watching this back or whether you're watching this now, make sure you hit the like button and follow us. Subscribe to us and get us to 5,400 subscribers, and then we're on the straight road to 5.5k, halfway to 6k. So again, make sure you smash that like button. Man, what are you telling me, man? How's everyone feeling?
Boy, I mean, you man could guess. You man know how I'm feeling. So I'm not even gonna talk too much. I'll let you man talk for the first couple minutes.
I'm glad you feel it that way, fam. Big man thing.
Listen, bro, you know what it is, yeah? You know what it is? I wouldn't even be doing a shameless thing today. The reason why I'm gonna do it today is because, like I said, I know if he was to lose today, I'd be getting bare verbal. It's how I don't blame you. It's how the game goes.
This brings me on to my point, brother to brother. I'm happy that you're happy. Forget the football, innit?
I'm happy. Come on,
like,
bro.
you're happy.
Come on,
but
bro.
In terms of, obviously, we'll decide for the game, but it was an interesting game, to say the least. It was an interesting game, but I'm good once. I just want us to stop being broke boys once, and just this third bid just needs to be accepted. I know this ain't about us, but that's when I'll be happy. You know what I mean?
No, of course. Obviously, I just feel like it is a similar thing to last season, where obviously City played well last season, and City lost. I think that's the second year in a row they've lost the Community Shield.
Third.
Second year. Is it the third year in a row?
Leicester, us, and now us.
Oh yeah, Leicester as well. Yeah.
Now I'm deep in it. They've lost it 3 years in a. You know what? You see the curse thing, yeah. Leicester won the Community Shield. Didn't go great too much after that. Went down. We won the Community Shield. Went from being one of the best teams in the world to Europa League. Kids, are you gonna break the curse? Is the question.
Listen, curses are there to be broken. You know what I mean? So we're gonna try taking it. We're gonna try and see what happens, man.
Because
if he was to drop to like third or fourth this season, you know that's a curse thing, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. 100%.
Because I see on the TL, yeah, apparently only one team, since there's a pro and con to this, right? This is where kids might be happy. Only one team since 2011, I just see it on the TL, have won the Community Shield and gone on to win the Prem. So it's only happened once in the last 12, 13 years. However, there hasn't been a team. All them teams won in normal time. It weren't on penalties, so maybe Arsenal might.
So he won it in a different way.
Okay. In a different way, yeah.
I'll take it still. I'll take it.
Wait, who was that team? Who was the team that won it last? Won the Community Shield.
It didn't say what team. It just said one team since 2011. But I'm not sure.
No, I'm pretty sure that might have been
Chelsea or something. Nah.
In fact, it might have been City in 20.
I think it was City. You know, I think it was City still.
It might have been City. It might have been. But listen, people. Yeah. Before we do get into it, we have 230 people in the house, and we're not even 3 minutes into the video. So again, how many likes? In fact, kids, I'm gonna leave this one to you. How many likes should we go for today? I'm gonna leave this one to you. Since you're the trophy
what are we saying, man? What are we saying today?
Listen, there's 230 people.
230 people.
Suggestions, by the way. Chat, give us some suggestions how many likes we should get to before the end of the stream. Kids, what's your?
Listen, I'm saying 250 in it. I'm saying 250. Like, why not? Why not? There's already 230 people in here. He must can get to 250. Like, why not? I would have said 100 because he scored in the 100th minute, but you know that's too low. As of now, it's a bit too low. So
what was the score on penalties?
4-3, no?
What's Trossard's shirt number?
Or 4-2, I'm not too sure. Trossard's shirt's number 19, I think.
190, that's too low.
It was 4-2 on pens, isn't it? On my bucket. Yeah, Bernardo scored a pen.
Bernardo,
for City.
I think, yeah, because KDB and Rodri missed. I think it might have been 4-1, you know.
Yeah,
No,
4-1.
But
141's a bit low. 141.
Yeah, 100, that's what I'm
Did
saying.
Alvarez not take a pen?
No, Alvarez didn't take a pen. It was KDB, Rodri, but Silva.
Yeah, that was it.
And that was it, yeah. And Silva banked. That was it. And the other two missed. Oh, how about this? 4 takeaway ones, 300. 3 bills. Why not? Why not? That's a
Why
good
not?
shot.
Why not?
Why not? 300.
Why not? You know what? You know what? 3 bills in it. You lot, you heard the man. You heard the honor winners today. You heard the winner speaking. He said 3 bills. So you don't know what to do, man. Run up them lights. Let's hit the comments, and then we'll actually get into the game right away. Again, keep on sharing on all platforms, people. Big up Ethan in the house as well. He says Saka and Partey fortunate to still be on the pitch. He goes meaty performances.
You know, it's true. It's true.
We're gonna
Still.
get party, boy.
John Vigo says Monts land in the plane. Big up yourself as well. Marcus says this is the definition of a participation trophy. You won nothing to qualify for the preseason championship. Do you not kill me? Even though Arsenal won, Arteta did make a few questionable decisions that might go unnoticed, starting Havertz and subbing Timber, for example. Big up Marcus. Ed says hang tight, champions of the community. He also says
come on, bro.
Cover up the fact that Arsenal took this game seriously and struggled to draw against a City that barely got out of first gear. Kears is late because he was busy ordering the Champions 23 shirt. You man, I'll take it. I let the man live. Live.
Come on, man. It's my day today, man. Allow me.
Let him live. Yo, it's mad. Big up KLFC in the house as well. Big countries here as well, man. Golden Gunner Rizal says the agenda if you run. You know what I'm saying? Also, I forgot to say, I should have a Jamaican background today. I don't know why I have the BSB background. It should be the Jamaican background. It's the 61st Independence Day for Jamaica. So, you know what I'm saying? Big up the people. Big up my people. As I said, everyone on this panel is of Jamaican heritage. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Big up the people. Then big up all my Jamaican people in the chat and all over the world. You know what I'm saying? Independence Day. What a blessing. You know what I'm saying? And also big up the Jamaican women's team as well in the World Cup. You want to see how far they can go. You know what I'm saying? Big up Solo as well. She says, hi, everyone. Hit the like button on your way in. Christian's here as well. I'm not going to sing this in it, but but I know that this one's playing in my head. I can hear it. Obviously, Sam is also saying Chelsea will bid soon for Moises Caicedo as well. We'll touch on that probably a little bit later on in the video. But yeah, man, listen, I can't go through all the comments, but big up the comments. We'll be running some of the comments throughout the video as well. Again, nearly 300 people in here. Make sure you smash the like and make sure you subscribe to the channel. So I ain't gonna lie, man. Performance time. Who was you lot? We'll just start with a simple question. Who was you lot's man of the match? Chat as well. Give me your man of the match. I want to hear everyone's man of the match in the chat. Obviously, man, then take it away. It doesn't really matter who starts. I want to hear who you guys thought was man of the match, because I feel like there wasn't many standout performances from both teams. If I'm honest, innit? From just watching the game.
I think Rice was good and Timber was good. I think Rice kind of grew into the game a bit, and then Timber was just quality on the ball. I feel like every time he got the ball, he looked comfortable, challenges. Like he's a good reference point for Arsenal, definitely. Especially the first half, I think City were more over you, so it was more of a defensive team. But
do you know who I thought was good? Do you know who the two guys? I've got two names in my head. Man, people might not agree with the first one. Thomas Partey for me was good.
I hear it.
Man of the match.
But you said he was good.
Trust me. Yeah, for me,
I think he did play all right. I think he played better.
I think if you break down his game, and especially when Arsenal were in possession, and Rodri. How the hell that man is still on the pitch? Well, that's another conversation. But the way Partey gave him the slip about 3-4 times, he got the ball and he shifted it, and he beat Rodri 3-4 times in that game. And I think when Arsenal did have the ball, I'm not talking about off the ball, he was the one for me that had the little bit of, forget Odegaard for a second, he's the one who had the little bit of, open your body up, give yourself an extra yard. I think, unfortunately, down the left side, I think Martinelli's positioning was a bit too square at times to beat his defender or to really get the run on, and City got men back quickly. Plus, it's Kyle Walker as well, so it's never going to be easy. But I I don't want to say 100% man of the match, but I did like Thomas Partey's performance today. That was more reminiscent of the Thomas Partey before his injury. Before I didn't even get injured, did he? Before he got dropped by Arteta. And the other one was Kova as well. Kovacic was very good today. Very good.
Yeah.
I think underlooked and underappreciated.
For me,
those are the two for me.
I think mine's too. Kova was one of mine once. I think, especially that first 20 minutes when City were just Arsenal basically parking it. City were just comfortable. He was so impressed with this and what we expect from Kova. But for me, it was Ben White. The way he must have done a challenge. Yeah, it wasn't a challenge actually. You know when Grealish has the ball and he kind of plays it back into the middle, but then Ben White he bars him and let him know he's here. And Grealish had shouted something to him, and I knew from then Ben White's won this battle today. Thanks. And after that, Grealish was just kind of going through the motions, passing it back. But I think Ben White, even his contribution to one of the Havertz chants, I just think he had that right hand side on look. He looked comfortable. For me, it was either him or Cover. They're my two for man of the match.
Him or Cover. I can't lie. I'm surprised none of you said Saliba. I think Saliba he had an amazing game today. Him, Timber, like Ron said, Ben White, and I think Ramsdale played okay today as well. But for me, it was Saliba, man. Like he kept Haaland quiet all game. Haaland didn't get a sniff, not a single sniff all game. Like, and that's all down to Saliba in possession as well, breaking the lines. Like for me, it was out of Timber and Saliba. Timber had a solid game. Like, and it's mad though, because like with Timber, you would associate him as like a centre back or a right back. I never really thought he could do the left back thing, but today he done it so they couldn't get near him. Like literally, he was eating up everything. Everything was getting ate up by him. So yeah, Timber for me had an amazing game, but I think Saliba just edged it. Me personally.
No, I hear it. He was your man of the match, Ethan.
Bro, I said Rice, but you might not really hear Rice.
Not for man. I think he played good, but not for man of the match.
I think he played okay.
Okay, I think man of the match was
better than him.
What'd you say?
I think he made one good recovery when Bernardo was on the ball. That was a very good recovery. But apart from that, I just feel like, do you know what it is? I kept my eye on Partey today just to feel. I just wanted to see, like, if he's up to speed yet, innit? Like, is he up to speed? And is Rice coming in going to give him a rocket up his ass, basically? You know what I'm saying? And I think it did. I'm telling you, listen, for Arsenal to tick, Partey needs to do that thing where he gets the ball, shifts it, gets the ball, progresses it, or gets the ball and beats a man. When he does that perfectly throughout the game,
there was one in particular once. There was one reverse pass. I don't know if you man saw it. The obvious pass was to switch it out wide to, I think, Saka or side, but he just broke the lines.
Was it near the end when you played it in the middle instead? And then you should have made it to Fabio Vieira, but the pass was to him.
That's when I was like, cool.
When he gets into that flow, that is exactly why in my head is why I say even now I still think Partey at his best is still better than Rice as a six. Because stuff like that.
This is what I was saying though. Like the people were saying, and by the way, I still do think Rice is better than Partey. My personal opinion. But people that thought that Rice is going to come into the team and just drop Partey straight away and replace him is nuts. Like we've all seen it on his day. Partey is up there with the best in the Prem. Like it's a fact. In the DM, it's him, Rice and Odegaard. That is our midfield three. I keep saying it. That's the midfield three. Rice was brought in to replace Xhaka. That's what it was.
Do you know who I think may potentially struggle to get back in this team? Zinchenko, bro. Listen, I rate Zinchenko very highly, but going forward. And I don't need there's different ways of going forward. Ball carrying and whatnot, Timber's probably a bit better than him. But at eye of the needle ball, splitting lines, breaking defenses, Zinchenko's better than Timber. But I think because Timber can do that. Listen, Timber's probably as good going forward. Not better, as good. But then he can also do the defending. I don't think Zinchenko gets back into this team that easily, you know. And it's a good problem to have. As an Arsenal fan, it's a lovely problem to have. But boy,
you know what it is, You know what it is in that one? What I think is going to happen I think Timber was brought in especially because he can play across the whole back line. I feel like in these type of games, in against the Cities, the Brightons, the Liverpools, and just any attacking team that you might be in a little bit more trouble against than you would the lower team. That's where Timber comes in and Zinni gets dropped. But for the games where we're going to need to break lines, like you said, break down oppositions, like Nottingham Forest next week, Zinni plays that game. Is that those are the games for Zinni?
You know them 3 p.m. games on a Saturday at the Emirates, so lower opposition. Yeah,
that's where Zinni is just straight into the team, bro.
I hear it.
Yeah, I can't lie. It's scary though that you got Timber in your artillery just to come in and be comfortable like that.
Man.
I can't like frightening.
The defense is patterned. Our defense is patterned for a long while. That's the reality.
This is what I'm saying. I also think that for me, if I'm honest, it's the best headache to have. I still think Zinchenko is number one because I don't want to nitpick because I think Timber did have a good game, but I still think on the ball, Zinchenko is far better on the ball. Like, in terms of not even just dribbling. I think Timber's still a very good carrier of the ball especially when he drops the shoulder and goes the other way. But you see, when it came to sustaining certain attacks, I feel like at times you guys had to sit back a little bit more than you'd have liked to because Zinchenko wasn't there.
Yeah, facts.
Do you know what I mean? Like there were times where the reason I didn't put Timber in my man of the match shouts is because I saw times where he got the ball and I thought Zinchenko would have played the ball there. But on the other hand, Zinchenko probably would have lost certain duels that Timber won. So
that goes back to my previous point of the sense where Zinchenko, even if Zinchenko was fit today, he doesn't play today's game. That's the dynamic that we've now changed because last year and the year before we kept trying to match up City and go attacking them and beat them in the press and be more attacking than them. That can't work because City are just superior. That's never going to work. So what you need to do is find a balance and a different dynamic to beat City like we done today.
That's what I'm rating. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying now it looks like you have that's a good headache to have. It's not like, oh my god, who are you going to choose? It's like, oh yeah, who can we choose? You know what I'm saying? I think someone said it here, different horses for different courses. Yeah, Mikey said it here. Different horses for different courses. It's that simple. You know what I'm saying? I think and that's just on the praise. I feel like we have to at least dedicate some praise to some of these Arsenal performances. I think the substitutes came on and done well. One person who I feel like Gabriel was good today as well. I feel like that performance isn't really going to get looked at, but I think Gabriel was sound. I didn't really see any thoughts on his game. I think Tierney, when he came on for me, I see why Arteta does have him third in the pecking order. I think he's defensively the strongest out of all three of your left, or anyone who can play left back. I think Tierney's the best defensively, but he does move the ball slower than the pace that you man want to move the ball. I've clocked it now. I don't agree. He's a good left back. Bro, he's a good left back, bro. But when it comes to pop City, Tierney ain't as good as Timber and
there's a bit I know for a fact. Me, you, and Eve for the laugh. Kids and Casey would have been like, "What the hell?" You know when he passed it off the pitch.
Oh, bro, you know what's so mad? That was it for me. You know, do you see when he done that? I told myself I don't want to see Tierney play again. Listen, I like Tierney. Tierney, listen, for what he's done in the past for us and whatnot, he was part of the come up. But I think for the level we're at now, he can't play again. But how would I need to play him again?
You told me he was as good as Prime Robertson.
That's part of the come up. That was back in the day. Now, let's be real now. Let's be real. You come a long way now. It's time to be Tierney back to where we used to be, man. Like, bro,
you know what it is? Where you've actually got technicians now, he just sticks out like a sore thumb. Literally, he comes on and he just looks out of place, bro.
Out of place, bro. He's not good.
I rate Tierney as well.
But this I'm saying. I rate him. He's more like an Aston Villa, Newcastle type player right now. For where we're at now, bro, on the ball, shocking. Defensively, he's not all there. For the goal, he could have done better. I saw one slipping and sliding. Cole Palmer had him slipping and sliding.
I don't think he even dropped. I think he actually dropped on his
drop. He dropped, bro. Like this is what I'm saying, bro. Timber, Zinchenko, and Kiwior, Tomiyasu. Those are 4 names that I'd rather play left back ahead of Tierney. He's 5th choice.
You lot actually have depth in the.
Bro, it's nuts, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's nuts, bro. Tierney's 5th choice, bro. Fifth choice.
Brother, are we gonna talk about Saka though? That's why.
Yeah, no, we're gonna get to that. I just feel
Okay.
like, bro, we can't start picking up performances that we thought was iffy and bitty.
Like, look at this guy. Look at
just
Ethan.
Ethan's waiting.
He's waiting for the hit, you know? Listen, before we do move on to some of the performances that we thought were a little bit less, well, let's just say more underwhelming. 350 people in the house right now, and currently we're sitting on 128 likes. So just a quick reminder, if you haven't already, smash the like button. It's just under my like tick, so it should be just under there. So hit that like button, people. We should at least be on about 170 likes. You know what I'm saying? So I know the content is good and all that, and we are gonna have more clips coming out today and tonight, and of course Monday as well. So be sure to look out for those. But yeah, man, smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe as well, man. We're not too far from that 5.5, so let's keep running it up. You know what I'm saying? Bump up those likes, people. Next thing, yeah. So let's look at some of the more negative performances. I don't think both teams were at all that today. You can tell both teams weren't. You can tell there was a pre-season essence to the game in it. And I don't think that's me hating on either side, City or Arsenal. I just looked at it and thought, right, there's going to be a step up when the season starts. Because for me, even though City kept the ball well, I feel like it was possession without a purpose a lot of the time. If I'm going to talk about certain performances right now, I'm going to be real in it. Like Grealish, non-existent. Martinelli, wasn't impressed with the performance. Saka, touch was off today. How about this? I think Kai Havertz is probably the better out of all three of them.
You read my mind.
100%.
Oh, listen. The Chelsea fans are going to be clipping his misses. That's going to be the narrative. The Chelsea fans have clipped his misses. That will be the narrative going forward until he plays next. However, he still got into some decent positions. I think he battled today. He was unlucky with the chances. I think the second one he probably should have scored. But if we really want to be, I don't even want to call this shameless. If you really want to be hit with a harsh reality, Havertz was better than Haaland today.
That's not even a question. That's not even
a question, but people aren't going to like it. And obviously, listen, and people are going to tell me, shut up, Mons, Nunes was better than Haaland last year. But I'm not saying that, but that doesn't mean I'm going to say Havertz is going to do better than Haaland. That's not me saying that.
Mons, they don't care about context. Someone's going to come back to this point in a week's time. Like,
you know how it goes.
It is what it is. It is what it is. In this game, in a vacuum, Havertz was a bigger threat than Haaland was. Haaland held up the ball well at times, but let's be real. And I'm not even saying Havertz had a blinder. I don't think he had a blinder. He just played fine. He was fine today. You can't hate on what he was doing today. I think maybe he should have been more clinical. Cool. Yes, he should have been more clinical. But the other aspects of the game, I was fine with today. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't look at him and think, oh, this guy's crap. I feel like he was alright today.
I think everything but because I think the first one's harsh because people are saying he had two big chances.
I was just about to say that.
They were two big chances, but the third one was kind of behind him. He did well to get it under. He kind of span and then he got the shot off. Cool, like Mont said, Chelsea fans will be Chelsea fans. They'll probably be shameless with it and say, "Oh, that was a big chance." For me, the second one he has to be burying. And cool, I know. Obviously it's against City, whatnot, and it was kind of against the run of play, for what I remember as well. I think that was kind of the turning point. After that chance, I remember you lot kind of had more control of the game, but I just feel that the league title's about fine margins, and let's say Havertz consistently does it. Let's say Kiers, in the majority of his games, his hold-up's good, he's linking play, but the easier chances he keeps missing, that's when I think Arsenal fans' patience will run thin with him, because it is about fine margins. But I agree with Mont. If you had to say he was better out of Haaland and Havertz today, it was Havertz. And it's not that Havertz had an amazing game. I just did think he did the basics well. And I think people big up Souls, because Souls just said this on a stream I was on. Sometimes simplicity is underrated. Like sometimes you just have to do simple things. Even Kovacic, he didn't do nothing mad today, but he was so good because he just did the basics well. But I think if I had to grade if I had to grade Havertz performance out of a 10, probably give it like a 6.5, a 7. It wasn't amazing, but it was he did what he needed to do. And some of the touches he did, bring it from like 30 yards from the air and bringing it down and linking play. I liked what I saw, to be fair, but I feel like your fans won't care about all of that. He needs to, what he brought in for was, let's be honest, output, and obviously with your system as well. But that second chance, he can't let this be a repetitive thing. Cool, he missed today, but if this starts to be a regular thing, then us fans obviously be like,
it's not even that. If Arsenal lost today, Havertz would have been front and centre. Now we're here saying, his all-round game was good today. But it was. Man lost today. If Trossard, because let's be honest, the goal was lucky. If luck weren't on your side to get you into the penalty shootout, he'd pitchforks and knives, pitchforks and torches. You already know what it would have been for Havertz in it. So I do agree with Roms where if he's gonna miss though, happens now, isn't it?
Yeah, this is what I said. He's still learning. He's either way, he's still young, learning the system, learning the way. Like, I'll be real, yeah. Another thing, you're not even going to see Havertz in this role many times. I think this might even be the last time we're going to see it. Because when Jesus comes back, again, the only reason why you played Havertz today is because, like I said, when you're playing City, you need a new dynamic. You need height and attack. That's why you had to play Havertz. If he played Eddie today, it couldn't have worked. It would not have worked.
See something quickly, yeah. Obviously, I think we accept Balogun's most likely going to leave before the window shuts, yeah. But cool. The situation we're in now with you lot, let's say when Jesus gets injured, because he is quite injury prone, do you think Havertz is second choice 9 ahead of Eddie?
Nah, I'll be real. I think, like I said, I feel like Mikel only put Havertz in that false 9 today is because he needed the height and attack to beat the press. That's the only reason. If he was playing someone else today, like, I don't know, like Chelsea or someone like that, he could have played Eddie or Trossard. And I think as the games go by, and if Jesus was to get injured again, God forbid, you will see Eddie or Trossard there. But when it comes to City or Brighton or these teams where you need to go long to beat the press, that's where Havertz plays. Any other games, it's an Eddie thing.
I call it big up. I was gonna give you credit there because you did call it from a while back when
I said it.
Yeah, he doesn't need the all-round game. Today was a good example. But that being said, Kay, especially that kind of drag back from, I can't remember who it was, Eddie's bagging that, by the way. So, and you know which chance I'm on about? The one that
the second one.
Yeah, I think it was the second one. The one that got dragged back.
Yeah, he bags that. But this is my point though, because like it's about different dynamics. Yes, Eddie would have bagged that, but would we even be in that situation if Eddie was to be on the pitch? That's the other side of it. It's about different dynamics in play, bro. That's what it's all about.
That's true. It did give you an extra edge, a good kind of focal point as well.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
It's true. Also, I wanted to scope in on Bukayo Saka and Martinelli as well. I wasn't very impressed with them today.
Bro,
and I think that was probably credit to the way City defended at times. But I just feel like that cutting edge wasn't there. It wasn't quite there today. And again, season hasn't started. You know what I'm saying? Better to get these performances out of the way now. But
listen, I'll be real. Mine was Martinelli more first and foremost.
Yeah, Martinelli was Saka was better than Martinelli.
Martinelli, I can't lie.
You know he's gonna run this Jesus thing, innit? When he's not there, he suffers.
I'll be honest, that's what it looks like as of now, innit? But for me, like again, Martinelli, for me, it is a little bit, just a little bit of it. I feel like he plays much better with Jesus, not even a question. And with Havertz, he may need time to embed in and play with him. But I feel like today, everything about Martinelli was off today. Everything. And this is what I said as well. Trossard, I need to see more minutes because us having 2 for every position now it allows us to do that. In a Prem game, if Martinelli had that performance in a Prem game, Trossard starts next game. Like, I'm hoping so. Like that can't be a thing. I can't see that twice in a row. If he played that bad, I don't want to see that again the following week when you can play Trossard there. I don't want to see that. So that's what it's all about for me. Martinelli gets benched for me next game.
Yeah.
I'll be real.
I hear you, Kate, by the way. I agree with that. But just to go a bit further on the Jesus point, and he's still young, but how can your game be not reliant but heavily dependent on Jesus? I don't get it. Why don't
it's not.
I don't think it is. I think it's just let me just cut in on that one. Sorry, kids, before you go, bro. I think the reason that Martinelli does tend to strive, obviously, is because of Jesus' style, but it's because his style results that of a false nine. Now, Havertz plays like a false nine, so that's why I don't think it's an excuse for Martinelli. Because for me, Martinelli needs someone to drop into the spaces in the pockets and set him on the inside, or let him go face up 1v1. Let's be honest today. Let's give it context. He was up against Kyle Walker, so let's give it context.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's give it a little bit of context. But at the same time, like what Keir said, it weren't just the running at the fullback that was wrong today. It was everything else. You know what I'm saying? And listen, when you got Trossard in the wings waiting, you've got to pull his socks up. You know what I'm saying? You kind of just got to pull your socks up, in my opinion. Before we move on to some more performances, obviously we've spoken about Kai Havertz, we've spoken about the Arsenal front line, we've spoken about good performances. There is over 400 people in the house right now. So again, let's make sure how many likes we're on right now. We're on 174 likes. In the next few minutes, let's get to 200 likes ASAP. I know you lot can do that, so let's get to 200 likes. We've also got a super chat here from Hit 44. He said Trossard's got to start. The brother is different. Trossard could be on lift out. I think Trossard could challenge he could do the Jota thing, and he could actually challenge his way into the front line, in my opinion. If he brings the preseason form into the into the Premier League, if he can do that, hey, listen, looking at a bargain, and you're looking at a very good squad player or a potential starter. You know what I'm saying? You don't just want a squad player to be in the squad, you want them to challenge the starting 11. So yeah, man, big up Hit 44 with the $2 super chat. Big up, my bro. Appreciate you. But just to go back to, and he also sent in a second super chat. Big up yourself as always. Says, did we see Trossard's cheeky passes as well?
Yeah. Him and Smith Rowe, they were linking up nice on that left side. Very nice.
Yeah, 100%. Big up 44 for the super chats, by the way. And yeah, as I said, just as I was going to finish what I was saying, let's also make sure we're subscribing as we're liking the video if you're new. I know there's about 200 of you lot that ain't subscribed, so make sure you do hit that subscribe button. Big up MVR, he says Trossard is class. Social John saying Trossard reminded me of Good Johnson. That's a big compliment. Good Johnson was so serious.
Baller
so serious. Serious baller still. City performances. Let's move on to the City performances. Man, them. I'm not gonna lie. Now that Mahrez is gone, City fans, don't hate me. Don't get on me.
That means hate him.
If City don't get a right winger, I ain't convinced. Because Haaland was starving today. Yes, Haaland wasn't very good today in terms. I think when he got the ball, he done what he could, but the service was. I didn't see one cross. The service.
And you know what's tactic? As soon as KDB came on, he whipped a mean ball in for Alvarez.
Nice.
Alvarez didn't.
Alvarez didn't. Haaland's on that pitch.
Haaland's scoring. Yeah, but it shouldn't have to be just KDB out of the 22 man in the squad that can at least try and find him. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he made a lot of runs. He made a lot of runs today where people might think he was horrible today, but again, he wasn't found. And
I kind of have to eat my words, because you know how you're saying City, like, if they don't get a right winger, that there could be questions asked. I was always under the illusion that they don't need one, because I think Alvarez is that guy that he's naturally a 9. We know this. He's naturally a striker, but I've always been under that thing where I think he could have went out to the right and been that guy. But from what, maybe the sample size is small, but from what I saw today, you're right, man. Haaland weren't getting that much service, and Alvarez was naturally drifting in. You can tell he has that instinct of a strike. He's not really someone that wants to hang about. I don't rate Alvarez highly. He has the capability to, but I thought he could do that right wing row, and maybe I need to see more of it. But from what I saw today, if I was basing it off today, it was, yeah, he might be onto something, Mons, because, boy, without that right-hand side, yeah, it's not looking that fluent. It's not looking that fluid. I think it's key to say, though, I'm not using this as an excuse, but obviously Arsenal are much ahead in their pre-season. I think you lot played 2-3 games more than them. City did look leggy. A lot of their players did look leggy. I must be fair in that regard, but I think the right-hand side is they are looking at replacements and whatnot, but yeah, I do feel like they need to sign someone in that department. I was wrong about Alvarez.
do you not think that they can play Bernardo Silva on the right and then Foden and Cover in the middle? Do you think that works or?
Do you know, bro? The chat's going mad. By the way, we're not saying City are done.
Yeah, they're not.
You can't be done. It's not to write off Man City. Yeah. We all know not to do that. No one's writing them off. We're just saying that it's an obvious observation that right wing spot is a little bit. I don't know. It didn't look potent. And swinging the ball to the wingers and stuff, that is a big part of their game. So, and if the right wing's not working, you can't rely on Jack Grealish to have a good game every week. I think KDB coming in will make a massive difference, by the way. Let's not, you know what I'm saying? Let's not.
Just
to you guys know what I'm saying. Go on, bro.
Just to ask the kids thing, you just said Kova and Foden in the middle. You said that worked. The reason why that couldn't is because when KDB's back with Rodri, they're the first two. Their positions are.
Oh yeah, sorry, I keep forgetting about KDB. Yeah, either KDB and Cover or KDB and Foden. Do you think that will work?
As the third midfielder. Because I think KDB and Cover could work with Rodri just kind of giving the license.
Yeah. And then Bernardo Silva covers that right, no?
Yeah, I think.
But do you know what it is though? They've got no pace. City have no pace in behind.
There's no
Haaland is mad. Haaland obviously off the shoulder, but that means if you take Haaland out the game, the wingers are continuously having to check back inside their fullback as opposed to maybe racing them to the byline, or there's not even, because let's be honest, Bernardo's not the most explosive. He's a technical genius, but not exactly explosive. You kind of want I prefer him on the inside a little bit than to be completely on the outside. And Jack Grealish, again, as good as he is, he's not exactly gonna sprint past you. He's kind of better when he drifts in, he beats the defender on a cut-in, and then he directly runs at you. But how often does he do that when he gets the ball? He often has to get it, check back, give the ball and go, or get it and check back and reset. And if you can reduce that, then it's like, now I'll be just relying on a KDB cross. So I think Elise has to come in. Like, unless Cole Palmer does make the step up, Elise has to come through, or someone has to. I'm
surprised they never went in for Kudus. Very surprised. That would have been a good sign.
There's still time. There's still time of it.
Yeah, they could still end up doing a little plot. Who knows?
Like, I don't know, innit? Like,
you know what it is? It's because the past few years we've known them to have just unlimited depth in those areas. Now they're finally down to not the bare bone, but not natural white winger. That first team natural white winger, we're getting a bit. But imagine they sign, bro. If they sign Olise, that's a good signing.
Yeah, that's a big signing, man.
Not even just a big signing. Even stylistically, him and Mahrez are very similar. Very
similar. That's scary.
Yeah. But as I said, don't write off Cole Palmer as well. We have to speak about the goal. He came on with
big goal. Can't lie.
Very good goal.
And
you
know what it is with Cole, I was just saying on Saitra, if you remember, before he got that peak injury, bro, he was mashing work in Carabao. He was getting like the last 10 minutes of Premier League games and he was doing his thing. And then once he got injured, it just stunted that progress. And then City were on the verge of a treble and you were never really going to get back in that team that had rhythm, that had like an objective, whatnot, and everyone was playing well. I kind of feel sorry for him because I just think if he didn't get that injury, I'm not saying he'll be a starter, but we would have seen him involved a whole lot more.
Yeah, definitely.
Ever since the injury, we've been seeing him with links away. He needs to get up to speed. But I think that goal will do him the world of good because what a finish it was, by the way. Like you alluded to earlier, kids, Kieran Tierney didn't make it do himself any favors, but to shift it in there, set himself. And Ramsdale don't normally get beat from distance. Normally it's near post or it's near to the goal, bro. And
no chance.
Crazy. And I hope, because you know when someone's a baller, like you want them to do well, and we know Cole Palmer's talent is undeniable in that, but I hope that just does him the world of good because he was doing really well before that injury, man. Really well.
Yeah. He could do a thing there. I don't think he'll be the main guy on the right or look to be the main guy, but for like you said, for that the Carabao Cup games and the FA Cup games, stuff like that, Palmer's definitely definitely slotted in there. So they do need another right winger. Like I said, Elise looks like he's going Chelsea. But if I'm City right now, if I'm a City fan, I'm begging them to go and get Elise. Begging. Because he fits right in, if we're being real. Like I said, it's literally the most identical guy to Morris you could ever think of in the Prem. They're identical players. So it's just a shoe. Really.
But again, though, is Elise quick? I still feel like I think City should get 2 wingers. I still think they need an option that's quick, like a quick winger. Like, of course, I think they need it as an option.
As an option.
As an option. Maybe not so as a starter, because I think certain defenses City might struggle to break down if KD could. Bro, if I see what I see going forward, and yes, I know it's better to get these mistakes out now. I know City are slow starters, and as I said, these guys are going to be a force after probably game week 5 or 6. You're not stupid in it. But like the way I see it, I don't like, I'm not saying I don't want, but City aren't far away from a KDB injury or bust.
True.
Stretch. I
don't know.
This just won the treble, and they've taken away Gundo and Morris.
Wait, Monty, what makes you say that?
Yeah, that's on top of KDB's injury. That's nuts.
That is crazy.
What you say, Rums?
I was saying, what makes you say that? Away from KDB.
Obviously, again, I'm not taking the sample size too seriously into the season, but I've always said since before Morris, I said if Morris goes, like that's a big hole on the right wing. Like, Paul Morris didn't start every single game last season.
Output as well.
But his output was still good compared to the minutes he played. And Bernardo Silva hit supreme form at the end of that season as well, where he was able to play out on the right. So listen, if Bernardo does end up going out to the right, that does leave another space in the centre mid. I guess you can say that's filled with Kova instead now. But I still think with all the shifts and the changes, as durable and as adaptable as Man City are, like I feel like leaving out Gundogan, who is a goal who you've ducked about 15 goals in all comps by Gundogan leaving. Mahrez, you've ducked about 15 goals in all comps while he leaves. Are the guys who have come in going to all chip in? Grealish ain't exactly a goal scorer.
One thing Pep don't do is, you see that whole meme, kids especially, where he says we cannot replace, bro. The guy's a liar, fam. The guy will replace.
I'm saying as it stands. As it stands.
It's only like what, a month left. But I can assure you, bro. Pep's no fool.
Why can you assure me? Why can you assure me, even?
I don't mean that. Not from my point of view, but obviously a City point of view.
Citizen E. That's the new nickname, Citizen E.
Hashtag that Citizen E.
Citizen E. But bro, we all know Pep's been in the Prem like what, 7 years or something, bro. The guy does not struggle finding talent or lacking goals, bro, or creativity. There's not too long left. There's 4 weeks or something. The window left, but I'm 1,000% sure Pep will go and get a replacement winger, whether it's flipping pasty one or technical someone. Just don't sleep on him, fam.
I agree with you, because bro, 70% of players, unless you're from a direct rival, if Pep calls you, you're coming to play for him. It's as simple as that. Actually, not necessarily as simple as that. If let's say you want to be a regular starter and you feel you might just be a fringe player or an impact player, then you may not want to come. But if you feel you can actually break into that team, you're guaranteed trophies. He's going to improve you as a player. There's a lot of personal aspects that will make you want to move there. But I agree with you, bro. I think, unlike my club, bro, once the window shut, City would have gotten what they need. That it's just as simple as that. When does I forgot their owner's name? Is his Chaldean, in it? But
I'm not even sure.
When does he ever let Pep down? He's always back Pep. The proof's in the pudding. He backs Pep. They're successful. If Pep tells them what he needs in that, they'll show up in that. And even Vardio, they didn't need him. They didn't need him. That, of course, he gets into a team and he's going to improve them. I'm not stupid. He improves them, but it's not that they needed him. But Pep wanted him. you got him. It's simple as that. So you're spot on with that. Like City will get what they want and what they need.
That's right. And they're not a team to just go get a temporary stopgap. They're probably weighing up profiles and deciding which candidates best suited for their system, innit? And they can afford to take time as well. They're not in a dire, crucial situation.
It's true still.
They're just a smart, well-run club.
No, I hear it. Big up Ethan with the super chat. He says, Pep is the post match. Pep is in the post match replying in the press 3 prems in a row after losing today. Brother is entertaining. Yeah, he's saying brother is entering his villain arc. You poked the bear. Big up Ethan with the super chat, bro. You know we appreciate you. It is Matt. Listen, hey, you know when Pep puts on that attitude when he gets a little bit sassy.
I'm not gonna lie, that's a bit you never really see Pep doing that in interviews. More time he keeps it humble.
He does sometimes. He does
sometimes, but more majority of the time it's a humble Pep. You never really hear him jumping shit too early. But I'll be real, like it is. Listen, it's City and it's Pep. You know what you're in for. Like it's gonna be a mad battle. Whoever competes with him this year, it's gonna be a mad battle, innit? We know that. So regardless of if they get the right wing or not, like he said. I do agree. They're going to find a way. They always find a way. So, listen, I'm ready, man. I'm ready. If it is us, we're ready. Trust me.
No, 100%. Just before, that was more about on City side of things, whether they need an attacker or not. I just want everyone in the chat right now. This is for everyone in the chat. Do City need a right winger? Because some people are saying Mahrez didn't even start. So what are we talking about? So I just want to see yes or no. I want to see something. You lot, yes or no in the chat. Does City need a winger? That is just simple. Do City need a winger? Yes or no in the chat. By the way, there's still 370 people in the house right now, so make sure we do smash the like button. But currently, we smashed the like total today. I think we're already on 230 likes. Let's get to 250 likes as well. And remember to subscribe if you're new as well. We're not too far for 5,400 now, especially with the new subscribers. So big up everyone in the chat. You lot are smashing it today. Yes. Ooh, I'm seeing more yeses than no's.
There's a lot of yeses still. There's a lot of yeses.
Look who it is. The problem child.
Bro,
I'm sending the link.
Wait, send the link, bro. I'm waiting for Greenlee to jump on, man. Now is where I need Greenlee, man. My guy. Man. I'm letting her know. Greenlee. Don't worry, bro. I got you.
Big up Greenlee still. I'm seeing more yeses than no's. I'm not gonna lie. Let me see what some of the City fans in the chat are saying.
Side subject. I see Havertz didn't take a pen today.
He wasn't on the pitch, bro. He got subbed off.
Just check.
Bro, he's trying to get anything there, fam.
Bro, Kiz told me Havertz is a good pen taker.
Bro, you saw the pen.
Why he wasn't on the pitch to take a pen.
Bro, he wasn't on the pitch, bro. He got subbed off. If you get subbed off, you can't take a pen. That's how it is.
No, I only found that out recently, you know. All this time, it's so simple, bro. But I always thought, bro, even though man got subbed off, what, can't you just come on and take a pen?
Nah, bro, nah,
I only found out this.
He didn't need it. Clearly, we didn't need him. Clearly, we didn't need him, innit? We got enough pen takers, man. But for me, I'll be real. Odegaard, I'm trying to see him on pens. Odegaard on pens. Time.
Oh, let's quickly touch on this as well. Big up Liverpool till I die. Big up yourself, bro. You know we appreciate you guys. This was a massive game psychologically.
This is a friendly, bro.
No, Ethan, you don't get to do that, bro. You do not get to do that. If you listen, I don't want to be.
Not around here, partner. Not around here.
You know, this is one thing he has chest on. He's thinking, we beat these man at the lane every year, bro. It's just a friendly. That's what Ethan.
Nah, bro. Roms, if you heard what Ethan was saying to you before the game and building up to the game, bro, shameless as hell. Man was counting me down on that for the game. Like, bro, now we win. Now we win. You want to do the RS community show? I saw it coming. I know how it goes. That's what I'm saying.
But now on the flip side, K, if you lost that game, what are you saying to that? Be honest. Bro,
if you lost the game, I'll be disappointed. But again,
what would you come on here and say? I'm hot, man. I'm upset. Right?
No. I'll speak the truth. I'll say, listen, like I'm disappointed, but again, it is a friendly in a way. I'm still keeping that same energy. I agree with you. It is a friendly, but psychologically, you can't knock that psychologically, bro. That's a big win.
All right, cool. Do you know what I would say though? Like, I need to know why your players were jumping up on each other like after they won.
Bro, we want to shield. Bro. We want to shield.
Yeah, but
Bro, when you win at Wembley, if you're an English team and you win at Wembley, regardless of the comp, you're gonna move mad in it. It's how it is. So,
do you know what it is?
That's where E can't relate to a Wembley.
You do not know that feeling. Never.
I used to play 2018. I used to play all my home games there. Trust me, I've been there.
Listen, look, I'll be real. I'll be real. That one's killing me. I'll be real, King. It was 16 defeats in 17 meetings with City. So I do hear this. I do hear this.
I'm saying. You have to.
I do hear that in it. Like to get over that big of a loss. Again, what? I mean, it's 16 and 18 now, but like it's still very bad. But arguably, cool. This is what if I was in a bad mood today. If I wasn't objective ones, because I've been objective today. If I wasn't objective,
I'm gonna say that you've been
maybe if Casey was here and I was a little bit more on edge today. Yeah. If I didn't take my Arsenal meds today, let's just say that if I didn't take my Arsenal meds today, then how about this? Yeah, I would have been saying, well, we're still 16 and 17 because this game don't count.
Man said that.
That's what I would have been saying.
The fact that that's inside of you still is scary, bro. Just let go of that monster.
I took my Arsenal medication today.
I want to say it.
And he's fighting it. I don't want
medication. It's starting to wear off. It's starting to wear off a little bit. Can you see it's starting to wear off now?
Yeah, and I'm glad. Monts, that just shows me that you appreciate greatness and you understand the level now. That's what it shows me, bro. So thank you. I'm now understanding. Thank you.
All right, man. Listen. People, we're gonna end it there, man. It's been a great stream. Obviously, again, make sure pin me under sub. Look, you should be subbing anyway. We are to pin chat. You should be subbing anyway. Listen, people, it's been another episode of Big Six Bands. Man, is there anything else you guys want to say before we lock off? Because I think this has been a really good talk. I can't wait for the season to start, man. It's literally around the corner. Yeah. By the way,
the countdown begins. 5 days.
Listen, people. Big Six Bands Fantasy League. Look out for it sometime this week, Tuesday or Wednesday. Make sure you're there. If you're a member, you automatically get free entry into the Big Six Bands Fantasy League. If you are not a member, you have to pay the £5 entry, and we'll send you the details. And then, obviously, the winner gets a cash prize. Chris was the winner last season. He got paid out £100. He was the winner. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to win some money and fancy yourself on fantasy? Do what you need to do in it. But listen, big up everyone who's sending their super chats today. Big up Hit44. Big up Ethan and Liverpool Till I Die for their super chats. Big up Solo in the chat as well for doing her amazing mods work. She says, thanks, Mods, Ethan, Kears, and Roms. Let's hope, have we hit 250 likes? We're 6 likes away from 250. So let's make that happen while we're closing out as well, by the way. And I believe we are 3 subs away from 5,380. So let's get 3 more subscribers as well. And big up Saeed in the chat as well. Obviously, make sure you catch his show on the watch backs. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you watch all of that back as well. Big up Assad. He says this time next week we'll be reviewing Chelsea beating Liverpool. We also have some serious guests coming on for the Chelsea-Liverpool game as well. So you might see a Matisse, you might see a Lewis, you might see any of them. You never know who we're going to get on here. So make sure you're tuned in for the preview for that one. It's going to be a Mazza as well. But big up the chat, big up Eliza in the house, man. Big up Christian in the house, Smart Cookie as well. You know what I'm saying? Big up Assad with all his comments. He says Monts is in a good mood because it's Jamaican Independence Day. That's it though. And I took my Arsenal meds. You know what I'm saying? MCE TV says community show curse is real. Look back at all the winners of the competition and where they have finished. Of course. But listen, people, make sure you go and head over to Football Heritage TV. It's going to take you over there. And make sure when you head over there, type in Big Six Bands Raid as soon as it pushes you guys over, yeah? So listen, it's been another episode of Big Six Bands. Big up everyone. Big up the members as well, who also get their readout now, and then we're going to head out. Big up Kaz as well, whose membership. Okay, I can't even lie. My head is fried right now. Big up Kaz with the membership. Obviously, big up Edrin, who obviously joined back 8 days ago. Solo, honestly, D1, KLFC Ed, Beijing Red, Snake Eyes, Roms, NDT, and Aiden Andrews. Look out for the BSB TikTok and make sure you get following. It's been another episode of Big Six Bands. Take care, people, and we will see you in the next one.